It's been almost 60 years since Vostok 1, the first successful mission to space, spearheaded by Yuri Gagarin, left planet Earth. Ever since that historical moment, the world has speculated about the future of space travel. The game of space race that was once played by nations drove the innovation in space exploration throughout the 20th century. Today, the competition exists, but no longer between the US and USSR, but between SpaceX and Virgin Galactic. Today, we'll talk about two of the biggest corporate giants determined to take humanity to space: Richard Branson's extraordinary entrepreneurial endeavour, Virgin Galactic, and Elon Musk's brainchild, SpaceX. We'll talk about the milestones each company has achieved so far and the exciting events that will entail the promising new world of commercial space tourism. Developments in aviation technology rapidly transformed the standard mode of international travel from maritime to airplanes. Onlookers remained optimistic regarding space flights. One factor that plays into limiting the speed of modern aircraft is drag, or air friction. As of this date, the average cruising airspeed for commercial airplanes stands between 880 to 926 km per hour. As such, space flights are proposed as an alternative to commercial air flights for faster and hopefully much safer long-distance travelling across the planet. So how does SpaceX plan to revolutionise air travel? SpaceX's Starship. SpaceX is working on its Starship project, a large vessel with stainless steel exterior, propelled by modern rocket technology. It's a reusable rocket that stands around 120 metres tall and is a space vessel on top of a massive rocket compartment with 44 gigantic Raptor engines. These engines will propel the rocket using liquid oxygen and methane as fuel. Once putting the vessel into orbit, the booster would detach and make its way back to the terrestrial space station. The commonly used aluminium alloy exteriors used to house modern rockets are put to the side in favour of stainless steel exterior, which gives the rocket its glittery appearance akin to the rockets of the 1950s and 60s. Also, the Starship vessel is much broader across its diameter than a typical modern rocket. In its standard operation, the rocket would ascend above the Earth's atmosphere and is expected to attain a speed of a whopping 27,000 kilometres an hour, almost 30 times that of a commercial airliner. While a typical airliner takes around 6.5 hours for a flight from London to Doha, Starship will cover this distance in around 45 minutes. Due to its super fast speed, the passengers would experience zero gravity throughout the flight. However, SpaceX is trying to mitigate the effects of G-force, which likely hinder the experience during takeoff and landing. Starship is designed to support a payload of around 150 metric tonnes, so that's putting the number of passengers to around 100. SpaceX has announced that they're planning to produce a fleet of around 1,000 Starships, and upon the project's completion, there'd be a Starship launch every 72 hours. Musk has even expressed his plans to use Starship to send missions to Mars. The things SpaceX is doing with Starship seems straight out of a science fiction novel. This is why there's much debate around the practicality of the project. Plus, SpaceX has a whole lot of progress to make before fully completing this project. Perhaps the critics of Starship look to Virgin Galactic's efforts as a viable alternative. Virgin Galactic's White Knight and Spaceship 2. Virgin Galactic is planning to bring a space flight experience with their state-of-the-art spaceship simply named Spaceship 2. Their hybrid approach towards space tourism is as fascinating as it is impressive. It is certainly proving to be quite a competition to SpaceX. As of yet, Virgin Galactic has built only 2 space stations, both on the American continent and in close vicinity. In their procedure, the passengers are supposed to board the Spaceship 2, which is taken to around 50,000 feet above the ground via the equally impressive 4-turbine engine aircraft called White Knight. At this height, the spaceship detaches from the aircraft and its rocket boosters propel it into orbit. From then on out, Spaceship 2 completes its journey in space before returning to the ground, prior to which it slows down significantly before landing, like how a commercial jet would. Not only does this approach get around the problem of jet lag-induced takeoff and landing, but this way of space travel also seems more feasible compared to the sci-fi future Musk is looking forward to. Equally as fast as Starship at around 4,800 kilometres an hour, Spaceship 2 is seemingly more practical as well. But here's the catch. While Starship will carry around 1,000 people at around $5,000 a seat, point-to-point space travel via Spaceship 2 is going to cost you an absurd $250,000 per ticket. On top of that, each flight will only carry 8 people at a time, 2 of them piloting the spaceship. Additionally, Virgin Galactic has been a subject of controversy following the fatal crash of Virgin VSS Enterprise back in 2014. Despite similarities with commercial air travel, Virgin Galactic has a lot in the way of living up to its safety standards. So what do you guys think? Will Virgin Galactic drop its ticket prices? Will SpaceX succeed with its plan to populate Mars with Starship? Who do you think will win the billionaire space race? Musk or Branson? Let us know in the comments and leave a like and subscribe to the channel if you haven't already.